Well, the first one that comes to mind is Joni Mitchell. I think she's the greatest songwriter. Full stop. And I remember when my mom bought a few records, and one of them was Song to a Seagull. I think I was like 8 years old. And she sat down with me. I remember her putting the record on, and she said, "Okay, I'm going to teach you how to harmonize." And she said, what do you hear? You know, what notes do you hear? And I would sing back to her what note I would hear. And she said, "Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one." Or, you know, maybe alter it like this. And then she said to me, "And if you'll notice, each note that you're singing is actually something that she's playing in the guitar." And so it opened my ears. It was just an amazing lesson in listening. And as I got deeper into Joni's work, I mean, it's endless. It's just endless. I was looking at the lyrics of Coyote the other day, and I burst into tears. I mean, every time I visit and revisit her work, it hits me on a different level. And then there's the person that gave me permission to do this. When I was a teenager, I went to see Ani DeFranco on a number of occasions. She played the Beacon Theater in New York City quite a lot. And I would go whenever she came into town, which was every year or so. I think I was 15 when I went to my first Ani DeFranco concert. And I pushed my way up to the front, and I can remember like being so close and just being electrified by her energy. She gave me permission to take up space, to say, you know, things that are uncomfortable to say, in a very direct way. And I learned a lot of her music too. I learned like majority of Little Plastic Castle. I remember learning Swan Dive, and picking up that guitar part too was just, I could just feel the energy of that, and how she would dig in, and listening to the recording and matching it. And she has that line in Swan Dive, "I don't care if they eat me alive. I have better things to do than survive." Oh my God, like that just took me to a whole other planet. So those two are my biggest influences.
Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and put a 6-inch valley in the middle of